is Ashtar of Ashtar Command. We are here to serve for all of you.
Hello, Ashtar. Thank you so much for coming in our space today.
Hello.
So we would like if you could talk to us today about when things in our physical reality, in our life as human beings go in a direction that we are not happy with, and we are experiencing grief or sadness or what we call negative emotions. How can we contain? How can we remain in a high vibration if possible?
Yes, so this is a very important subject for all of you to shift to the optimum timeline. Some people take it literally that when you are experiencing disappointment, fear, anger, jealousy, whatever you call as lower vibrational emotion, that you can fake it, means fake your positivity, like decided to be positive despite of what you are feeling in deep down. That is not what we are teaching, because your core vibration, when you're feeling at that moment, that is your core vibration. So let's say when you're feeling huge disappointment or grief, and then you can feel it, and that is your main vibration, then you decided to be positive and started to do whatever make you feel positive, let's say. And you added that positive vibration on top of it. So it's almost like mixing the colors in the palette. So when you have a black and then decided to mix with red, it is not going to be red. It gets very dark red, because there's an influence on the black one. That is a core color. So it is the same thing when you are having core vibrational feeling, you are feeling at the moment. Just because you make a decision to be positive, like a lot of people teach mindset, that is not solving the situation. Mindset teaching is mainly effective when you want to change a habit. But mindset teaching is not effective when you want to shift the entire vibration of yourself. So we have been talking about this for a long time, but it is very important for you to face that core vibration when it shows up. We're not saying you have to do constant shadow work 24/7, because when you focus on something, you will dig deeper into that vibration, and then you will attract more of that, or you will shift into more of that. So when the feeling comes up to you, could be sadness, could be anger, could be resentment, or whatever that is, because you get triggered and you feel through it, no matter how many times. And it is very important for you to be compassionate and understanding of yourself, that do not blame on yourself or tell you how loser you are, keep on feeling this feeling. Don't be like that. But emotion shows up, welcome it, and then feel it. And then you need to start counting the blessings. When you are having a difficult situation, you feel like there's not much to be thankful about. It is very difficult to have a gratitude about, because nothing good is happening in your life. That's how your brain tells you. And then it seems like, okay, oh, my life sucks. Everything is horrible. I just broke up with my boyfriend, girlfriend. I got fired from my job. I don't make any money, blah, 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 blah. So everything is painted so gray. And when you are experiencing this kind of situation, whatever that is, makes you feel like jaded, makes you feel like extremely pessimistic about life, it is very difficult to find the blessing. And then when people say, okay, you have to find what you are grateful about, you will say, what are you talking about? I have nothing to feel grateful about. And you can say that because you're having good time. You're having good life compared to me. That is ego speaking. So your job is to be a detective of finding a joy, finding a gratitude. A lot of people take a lot of things for granted because you are supposed to be having this.
Yeah.
You think this way. Let's say you live in an apartment and every month you're paying for your rent, or let's say you own the apartment, whatever. You have this place to stay every month and that is your default. You never think of next month you be homeless. So that is your default of thinking, okay, this is my normal. So you forget to count the blessing about, okay, you're blessed enough that you have a place to live. You don't have to be homeless. Or food. You think, okay, it's normal for me to have a food and eat every day, every month. And depends on what kind of food you want to eat, but you have the food you want to eat and it's in the fridge and you think that's normal. So you don't count those as a blessing. You have a happy, supportive family, and then that's how you grow up to be. So you don't think you're fortunate enough situation that is, you don't think that is a blessing. You don't count as a gratitude because that's your normal. So we are saying to start counting what you consider as a normal into gratitude list and really have a perspective that how you can feel gratitude and be thankful that you have those by default. So when you are start counting all these blessings, when you have a difficult time, the gratitude and the feeling thankful will increase because what do you focus, what do you expand? And when you're gradually shifting your vibration from whatever the low vibration you're feeling, and you are including this vibration of gratitude and vibration of joy into your life, do something you're feeling joyful, even a little bit. That's how you will shift yourself to 5D, because 5D vibration is happiness, joy, and gratitude. Maybe harmony too, but that's how you feel that as a result of surrounded by these feelings or vibrations.
Yes, and there are always so many things in life to be grateful for. I love what you say, and that we take things for granted. You know, sometimes I'm just admiring and honoring and being grateful for the clouds or for the trees or for the birds or for a blade of grass. And sometimes people are looking at me like, yeah, okay. But really, there's so many things, right, to be grateful for. Very basic things that we are
Yes.
surrounded by.
So some people do focus on what is going on in Ukraine. We suggest do not to, but even that you can use as an example. Think about if your country is being like that. So your daily mundane life means you are in peace. Even though a lot of other things are happening, compared to that, you are in peace. So you can still feel gratitude about how you are having a peaceful situation in your country. So a lot of times, people really take what they have right now, or what they are experiencing right now as they are normal, and they don't count as gratitude. The COVID situation is a perfect example. You never ever thought of socializing with your friends, or going to the restaurant, or going to the movie theater, or clubbing, or whatever that is. You never took that as, oh, I should put that in my gratitude list, because that was your normal. And then when those are taken away from you, you think, wow, that was a privileged situation. I never thought that that was something it will be taken away from me.
Yeah.
So that is a great experience for all of you when you, because there is always positive and negative in one experience. So you can use that as an example, and use as, okay, what can I consider as my blessing, which I thought of my normal.
Yeah. Even, for example, once you mentioned the war, I'm also sometimes comparing it to, look how this earth was in the timeline 90, 100 years ago. There was like a world war, and many people were dying, and they had no food, and they were suffering. And fast forward to now, it's, of course, we don't have like total peace on the planet yet, but it's much better there, and much less wars.
Yes, and then many people, including women, if they want to, they can get a job and make their own money. That wasn't happening a long time ago, and they are considered as a part of the possession.
Yeah.
So things are improving, and even that you can count as a blessing. If you really have a difficult time to finding out what you can be thankful in your life.
Yeah. I also want to make a comment on something you said before that was very, very important, very powerful, about how to work with the emotions, how to shift the emotions. And you said that we need to, that the suggestion is that we can just go into the negative, so-called negative emotion, and just feel it through all the way. And this is exactly what happened to me last week. I got some really very terrible news about a loved one, that he might exit soon. Anyway, and so I was devastated, and I so much sadness accumulated, and grief, and I didn't suppress it. I just, because it was so much and so intense, I just allowed it to come through. And for 2 days, literally, I was just crying. And then the amazing thing was that the third day I woke up, and there was no sign of sadness in me anymore. I was so surprised. I had just really allowed everything to come out, and I was so empty and so much in peace.
Yes. So that is going with the flow. The emotion in the 5D earth environment, it will flow through you. It's not retained within you.
Yeah, and
it goes much faster, so you won't feel it for a long time, like how all of you are feeling right now.
I have a question. It might be interesting for our viewers as well, on this example that I just shared. The third day, I woke up with not only no sadness or grief, but surprisingly with an immense amount of joy. And I was even, let's say, my mind, my analytical mind was even judging me for being so happy with, if based on what has occurred. And I wanted to ask you of the mechanism of that. Is that something that is you could explain, or you could make any comment on that?
Oh, because the default mode of soul, a soul, is joy. Because all souls are connected with a prime creator, no matter where you come from. That's including ETs. When you happen to encounter with non-physical ETs, such as 90 Actuarians, they are having a joyful mode all the time because they are closer to prime creator. They have more way to go, but when you become pure form of the soul, your default mode will show up. So when you let yourself go of what you bought into it, that could be belief, that could be, oh, you know, I supposedly feel really bad because I just heard about bad news. And then you worked on yourself and then you started to feel joy for no reason. Your brain think you need to have some kind of reason to feel happy or joyful. You don't need to. Because your default mode as a children of the prime creator is joy. That's why.
Yeah, and this is what comes from rises from the present moment also, and also being in nature.
Yes. And also the earth is, or us, has shifted to 5D. So it is not that difficult for all of you to feel joy by default.
Could also be a way to get into that state by just connecting with nature?
Yes.
As a permission slip?
Yes, connecting nature is one of the easiest way to do that because you can just step outside and then just feel it. Of course, there's a light code pouring onto you through nature, which is helpful, but being in nature means being with your Mother Earth. So your Mother Earth is already 5D, and then you are putting yourself into 5D environment. Of course, you'll feel joy.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Ashtar. I think this is a very practical and useful tools and advice. Thank you so much.
Yes. This is Ashtar of Ashtar Command. We are here to serve for all of you. Oh, that was a good message.
Yes, very needed, I think, and very timely also.
Yeah, I know like a lot of people are like going through huge change or challenge right now. So I think that was very helpful.
Yeah, thank you so much for bringing this message through, Erica.
Thank you.
And you're gonna find all our links below, like always. If you would like to have a private session with Erica or me, we would love to take care of you and support you. Thank you for watching. And
Thank
see
you,
you
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.